Singer Chris Brown and his entourage now listed in a lawsuit after a fight this weekend at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Brown and others, they say, are then accused of attacking the victims. At one point, the lawsuit states a chair was thrown at someone's head while others were hit in the face, the ribs, and the chest.
I felt it was time that you heard directly from me that I am sorry. I have tried to live my life in a way which can make those around me proud of me, and until recently, I think I was doing a pretty good job.
Chris Brown needs to be locked up in jail for almost taking a fan's life after attacking him so severely that Chris and his entourage left this man permanently disfigured. So let's get into it. If you aren't subscribed to the Let's Get Into It podcast, then you're only getting half the tea. For longer videos, deep dives, and of course, more of me, subscribe to the Let's Get Into It podcast listed in the description below. I am concerned for Chris Brown, not for his safety, but for everyone around him. I'm worried that he's going to be pushed to the point where he's going to pull a Gypsy Rose on us. He's either going to get someone to kill someone or he's going to do it himself because he has been so violent time and time again. We all saw what he's done to Rihanna, and since then, there have been a handful of crimes that he has been involved in. We've covered him before on this channel and we're talking about him again. The headline reads, Chris Brown accused in a lawsuit of brutally and severely assaulting concert goers. It kind of sounds like Travis Scott when he had Astro World and all of his concert goers were, like, not all of them, but a good amount were killed. I think like 10 people. This article reads, Chris Brown is being sued by 4 men who accused the singer and his paid entourage of brutally and severely assaulting them after a recent concert in Texas. Texas is also where Astro World happened, so maybe we should avoid going to Texas for concerts. I'm sorry, fellow Texanians, that you can't go and enjoy a concert in peace. Now, the plaintiffs are Larry, Joseph, Charles, and DeMarcus, and they're asking for at least $50 million in damages. Now, we're going to unpack what they went through, what $50 million adds up to, but I think they kind of like highball it so they could get a lower settlement. I mean, we see a lot of like artists sued for tens of millions of dollars, usually because the judge will order less than that or they will settle for less than that. According to the lawsuit, the plaintiffs attended Chris Brown's concert on Saturday, July 20th. So wow, this happened like not that long ago. And they claim that after the performance, they were invited backstage to Chris Brown's VIP area, which is interesting because why were they invited back? They waited 30 minutes for the musician to show up. Also, again, like, yeah, why would they be invited back? I mean, does Chris Brown really want some guys hanging out back there? I feel like if anything, they would invite like attractive women. Now, Charles says that he complimented Chris Brown on the show and that the singer appreciated his words until a member of Chris Brown's entourage remarked loudly to Chris Brown, "Man, you don't remember you two were beefing?" I guess he was beefing with Charles Bush. I don't know. At that point, Chris Brown allegedly instructed his entourage to F the plaintiff Charles up. So I don't know what they were beefing about, but it went from a compliment to like, hey, remember this man? You guys had some issues in the past. The plaintiffs then claimed they were in a hallway and attacked by 7 to 10 of Chris Brown's crew. One member of Chris's entourage allegedly punched Charles in the chest, and another man allegedly picked up a chair and threw it at his head. At Chris Brown's instruction, he told his members to also punch Larry in the face and chest and kick him in the head for over 10 minutes and stomp on him. According to the lawsuit, the entourage also punched DeMarcus in the shoulder and Joseph in the shoulder and chest. So they had it a lot easier than their other friends, but they were all injured and undergoing medical treatment. It looks like they're also suing Live Nation, which I feel like Live Nation is always in some kind of lawsuit. There were other people who were in this entourage, including rapper Marquise, DeAndre, Yella, Breezy, Conway, someone else named Cinco, and someone else named Hood Boss.
Singer Chris Brown and his entourage now listed in a lawsuit after a fight this weekend at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. So the lawsuit says several people were invited backstage after Saturday's concert. Brown and others, they say, are then accused of attacking the victims. At one point, the lawsuit states a chair was thrown at someone's head while others were hit in the face, the ribs, and the chest. Attorney Tony Busby says 4 men were beaten and at least 1 is still in the hospital. That lawsuit seeking damages of $50 million.
This is big news, but I feel like we as a society have gotten used to Chris Brown's antics. I mean, him getting involved in crimes, him harming other people. I mean, I'm shocked that he's still around after what he did to Rihanna and then time and time again to other women. So they are asking for $50 million. The damages include losses, pain and suffering, disfigurement, mental anguish, and past, present, and future medical expenses. I do question how injured this man is. I mean, it's really scary to have like 7-10 guys just like attack you. You've got one over there grabbing a chair that he's gonna throw into your head. So they're all being sued for assault, battery, negligence, gross negligence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Which I wonder if they're being sued for money or are they being sued for crimes? Because it sounds like these guys could be arrested for what they had done. Now their attorney, Tony, was quoted saying, "This is Texas. The people here don't care how important or famous you think you are. You have an obligation to follow the laws and conduct yourself in an appropriate way. Unprovoked violence can't and won't be tolerated. We intend to seek all damages that the law allows against Chris and his cohorts and to include punitive damages." I mean, asking someone to throw chairs, to kick, stomp, and to beat someone, this brutal violence, in my opinion, is almost like attempted murder. Like, when were they going to stop? Were they going to stop when they like didn't see him have a pulse anymore? I mean, the guy is allegedly disfigured. With a situation this intense, it goes beyond these 4 victims, because an article published July 25th announced that Chris Brown was facing a $15 million lawsuit from a security guard who claimed they were injured in this attack. Now, there's this guy, Frederick, and he is a staff member and head of back security at the Dickies Arena. Well, he got involved in this attack because he wanted to try to stop it. According to the suit, the former correctional officer tried to protect the 4 men who were attacked, but claims he can't work now because of his severe injuries. Wait, what? He was hurt that bad? In the complaint, Frederick complains that the first punch was thrown by Chris Brown and that he orchestrated the violence that occurred. The plaintiff attempted to intervene and to stop the violence, but he was instead thrown out of the way, while at the same time, Chris Brown yelled racial slurs demanding that his entourage join in and beat the 4 fans, is how he is seeing these people. I mean, if they did go to his show, they were attending his concert, they are his fans, so he just attacked his fans like this. Now, Frederick claims that he tried to protect the victim as he was cornered in a stairwell, but got himself between the victim and most of the attackers. Unfortunately, the attackers, which include Chris Brown, did not stop the violence. They instead continued to kick and stomp on the victim. In the process, he was reportedly kicked and attacked as well. He describes the assault as a prison yard beatdown, and he said that he narrowly escaped. Frederick also claims that his actions stepping in likely prevented further injury or even death for the victim. But it looks like he got a cracked vertebrae in his neck and now claims he's unable to work, which neck pain is so scary. My neck is always like tight and in pain, so like I can't imagine like cracking a vertebrae. Like, I mean, can you imagine, like, could you be paralyzed? Like, you'd be stiff neck at least. I feel really bad for those victims. All of those people were trying to attend a concert. Maybe they knew Chris Brown, maybe they didn't. This guy was just trying to do his job and protect people, but Chris Brown, his arrogance and his mental health is so rotted that he thinks he's entitled to do this and to inflict this kind of pain on people. At what cost? At what expense? Like, what did these people do? There's really nothing, in my opinion, they could have done that would warrant such a brutal attack on someone. It's scary. It's actually really scary. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got some really exciting things coming on. I'm actually going to be in Maui coming this Wednesday to Sunday. I don't know if this video will be out by then. Will be out before then. It's the end of July into August, so I'm going there. Part of me wants to go and creep up on Oprah. Like, let's go onto the Oprah property. Let's go and confront her. Let's ask her the questions that we've had in my past videos. Can you imagine if I interviewed Oprah? I'm like, Oprah, tell us, why did you burn down Maui? Just kidding. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.